So if you've ever felt overlooked in conversations, misunderstood by your team, or unsure how to speak with influence, stay with me. These habits could change everything. So according to a Harvard Business Review study, 91% of employees say communication issues can drag leaders down. So your ability to speak clearly, confidently, and with purpose might be the difference between being followed or forgotten. Today, we're unlocking the communication habits that top leaders use every single day. Habits that are subtle, powerful, and trainable. This video is not about sounding smart or using big words. It's about being heard, understood, and respected consistently and intentionally. You'll walk away with a roadmap of 4 essential habits to help you lead through your words. We'll break down the psychology of respect, the structure of high impact communication, and how to show up with presence in every conversation. Whether you're leading a team, giving a presentation, managing a crisis, or just speaking in a meeting. Respect isn't just earned through achievements. It's often communicated before a single result is delivered. Neuroscience tells us that our brains assess whether to trust or follow someone within milliseconds of hearing them speak. So that first impression is built on how you communicate. So the first powerful habit is speak with clarity and brevity. A Stanford study found that leaders who spoke with short, specific language were perceived as more competent, regardless of their actual experience. So why is that? Because clarity builds confidence. So when your message is easy to understand, people trust it faster. And when you're brief, people actually hear it. Think about the most compelling leaders. They don't ramble. They cut through the noise. They get to the point. That doesn't mean being robotic. It means being intentional. Every word serves a purpose, and that purpose is to move people forward. One way to do this is with the 1 breath rule. Try explaining any idea in 1 breath. If you can't, the idea may be too complex, or you're not clear enough on it yet. This technique forces you to simplify, clarify, and connect quickly. Another tip, avoid filler phrases like I think, sort of, or maybe. These weaken your authority. Instead, say what you mean and mean what you say. Precision builds power. Next, recognize how structure amplifies clarity. Use frameworks like problem, insight, and action. Here's a quick example. The problem, our team missed its deadline. The insight is that we didn't clarify roles. The action is assigning clear owners for each task going forward. That 15-second statement demonstrates leadership, not just commentary. It frames the problem and leads towards a solution. If you want to practice this skill, record yourself summarizing a complex idea in under 30 seconds. Then play it back and ask, was it clear? Was it concise? Was someone with no background understand it? Finally, ask yourself this. Can the people listening repeat your key point after you're done speaking? If not, it may be time to simplify. The best communicators speak so clearly others can teach their message instantly. Clarity and brevity are not just communication techniques. They're signs of leadership. They tell people, I know what I'm doing and I respect your time. The moment you start speaking with more clarity, you'll notice something powerful. People will begin to lean in, not tune out. They'll listen and they'll follow. Leadership is about driving outcomes, and that means your communication must be anchored in results, not just opinions, stories, or updates. So the second essential skill is frame your communication with purpose. Purposeful communication isn't about talking more. It's about directing every message toward a result. Research from McKinsey & Company shows that leaders who align their communication with specific objectives improve team performance by up to 47%. Here's what this looks like in practice. Instead of saying, let's discuss our strategy, a purposeful communicator says, by the end of this meeting, I want us to agree on our top 3 strategic priorities for the quarter. Now you see the difference. One sets a goal, the other invites drifting and confusion. To start building this habit, ask yourself before every conversation, what outcome am I trying to achieve? So clarity on your goal will shape every word you choose. Use this simple formula: intent, message, result. For example, intent, I want my team to focus. Message: this week, our single top priority is client retention. Result: everyone knows what matters most. Another key element: eliminate vague language. Words like maybe, hopefully, and we'll see kill momentum. Instead, use direct action phrases. We will, we're committing to, or this is what success looks like. When communication is vague, people get confused. When it's directed, people get moving and aligned. Here's a trick used by Amazon. Every meeting begins with a written memo that defines the goal of the conversation. Because when the goal is clear, results follow. So consider doing this before team calls or just one-on-one sessions. State the objective in one sentence. Watch how it sharpens everyone's focus and decision making. Finally, build a reputation for clarity in your communication by consistently summarizing action points after discussions. Just 30 seconds to say, here's what we're doing next. This can prevent hours of wasted effort and ensure everyone is aligned. Purposeful communication is how leaders guide energy, align vision, and move people forward. Without it, conversations become noise. With it, every word becomes a lever for change. If you want your voice to carry weight, link it to outcomes. Here's a truth most people overlook. The best communicators aren't the ones who talk the most. They're the ones who listen the best. Habit number 3 is listening strategically to elevate the conversation. To be clear, strategic listening is not just nodding along. It's about being fully present, interpreting what's being said, and responding in ways that move the conversation forward with clarity. Try this. When someone speaks, ask yourself, what are they really trying to solve? Listen for the need beneath the words. Often what people say isn't what they truly mean. So strategic listeners hear the gap and address it. One technique used by top executives is called mirroring, which is repeating a key word or phrase back to the speaker. So for example, if a team member says, I feel overwhelmed with deadlines, you can respond, overwhelmed with deadlines? What's creating the biggest pressure? That small act shows attentiveness and deepens trust. Another habit is validation before solution. So before jumping in with advice or correction, validate their perspective. Use phrases like, that makes sense, or I can see why that's frustrating. This doesn't mean agreeing, it means acknowledging. And acknowledgement builds connection and mutual respect. Listening also enhances your decision-making. When people feel heard, they offer better ideas. They challenge assumptions. They buy into decisions because they feel like co-creators, not just recipients of top-down instruction. And there's a neurological reason for this. The act of being listened to activates the brain's reward centers. It actually creates a psychological sense of value and belonging. That's how powerful listening is in human connection. Strategic listening isn't just polite, it's persuasive. It's how you build respect, reveal hidden insights, and earn influence without even raising your voice. So if you want to lead through communication, don't just master what you say, master how to hear. What you say matters, but how you say it is what people remember. Habit number 4 is speaking with presence, not just words. Studies from UCLA and Princeton show that up to 93% of communication impact comes from nonverbal cues, which is your tone, facial expressions, posture, and pace. Presence is not just how you sound, it's how you show up and how people feel when you speak. Tone sets the emotional direction of your message. Calm, confident tones build trust. Erratic or rushed tones create anxiety. You don't need a booming voice, you need a grounded one. Practice lowering your pitch slightly and slowing your pace when delivering key points. This instantly boosts credibility and gravitas. Pace influences clarity. If you speak too fast, people can't follow. Speak too slow, they disengage. Vary your pace strategically. Use pauses to emphasize important ideas. Silence can be more powerful than speech when used intentionally and confidently. Posture affects how people perceive your authority. Upright shoulders, steady eye contact, and stillness project strength. Avoid fidgeting, slouching, or looking away too often. Your body speaks before your mouth does, and it speaks louder than your words. One habit to practice: start strong, end stronger. Your first sentence should signal clarity and confidence. Your last words should echo purpose. So for example, use phrases like, here is the decision I recommend. This is what I believe will move us forward. Let's execute this with precision. These are cues that you're not just talking, you're leading. Presence is about consistency. If your words say one thing, but your body says another, people trust the nonverbal message. That's called congruence, and it's key to credibility and authenticity. Want to test your presence? Record yourself, then watch it back with no sound. What's your body saying? Now watch it with sound. Does your tone match your message? Great leaders rehearse not just their content, but their delivery, style, and emotional tone. If you're nervous, just remember, presence isn't perfection, it's connection. It's about aligning your message, your energy, and your body language. People don't follow volume, they follow certainty. And presence, more than anything, signals that you're certain in what you say and why you're saying it. These 4 habits don't just improve how others see you, they change how you see yourself. More confident, more credible, more clear. So here's your challenge. Pick just one of these habits and commit to practicing it this week. Track the difference it makes, and you'll be surprised how quickly respect follows. If you found this video valuable, hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for more content that helps you grow as a communicator and a leader. Speak to lead and lead with purpose. Stay sharp, stay focused, and lead forward.